Hello everybody, it's going to be a tutorial on how to beat Dr. Kahl's robot without taking damage. This is a final level. At this point you can get the bomb projectile weapon, so we recommend having that before starting this fight. It's quite useful in some places. So the first phase of this boss fight has quite a few variations, so I'm going to go through the order I would go through, because each of the body parts has two different attacks, one at the start and one once the part is destroyed. So I'd start focusing immediately on the laser, as it covers the most of the screen and is the most troublesome, so I'd get rid of that first. It'll take a few goes. In the meantime, the very bottom spawns the magnet mobs, so get rid of like 2 or 3 out of 4 of them, and then go back up in order to get damage in on the laser. Once that's done, you can sort of like chill out at the bottom, because although he spawns these bolt projectiles, they do spread out once you're in the bottom left corner, so they're quite easy to avoid. And then at the bottom you can just focus on getting rid of the mobs as they spawn. And then the middle part just spawns that parryable object that covers the screen with those 2 lasers, which can be useful for EX attacks and building up for the nuke. After you've destroyed the bottom compartment, which is the second one I'd recommend going after the laser, you'll start spawning these bombs, which can be destroyed in either one bomb weapon or one bomb, or just several missile hits. But as long as you stay at the bottom and just get rid of them as soon as they appear, they're not too difficult to deal with in this stage at least. And then third, of course, is going for the center. Like I say, keep it going for as long as possible, because then you can just get your X stats up through the parries. And then stay in the bottom left corner in order to allow the projectiles from the head to spread out as much as possible to get through easily. After you destroy the middle section, he'll start using his hands. Though the hands have got two different attacks. One, as you saw there, was where they go along the center of the screen, which have a hitbox, so make sure to avoid that, which then spawn projectiles that shoot up and down. And then the second version is this magnet. With the magnet, it is sort of annoying to get used to. Let's say just try and keep to bottom left and get rid of the bomb as soon as it appears, as it's most dangerous in that part. For that, hands going through the center of the projectiles, I recommend going into the small form to give yourself a small hitbox and get between the gaps between the projectiles it fires off. Second phase, a cheese here is, once you see it going into second phase, position yourself where he's going to fire off to the left, shooting, and then once he's about to reach you, use your nuke. So I'd highly recommend having a nuke ready going into that second phase. If you don't, it's not too big of a deal. Just be careful of the bombs. I'd recommend using the bomb weapon in order to get rid of the bombs in that phase, and using the bombs to attack him as he dashes below. But that cheese just makes that second phase just go straight away. This final phase is simple to an extent. It's just dodging through the projectiles. Use small form as and when, as it makes it a lot easier to get through the projectiles. And there is a lot of parryables in this to build up for a nuke or your super EX attacks. Probably the annoying part is the moving platforms up and down. That's why I'd recommend using the small form quite a lot in this phase, just to make sure you can get to the top and the bottom quite easily and avoid those moving platforms. But that phase is just a bit practice, getting used to dodging through and making the best use of the parryables in that phase. The trickiest part of this fight is really the first phase. Make sure you go through that order of getting rid of the laser at the top first, then the bottom, and then the middle. And then getting comfortable being in that bottom left corner and avoiding the projectiles from the head, and getting rid of the bombs as they spawn, as the bombs are quite annoying if they start building up, so try and get rid of those as soon as they appear. Yeah. If there is any queries on that, then put them in the comments below. I'm also live on Twitch at twitch.tv/waveloki. If there is any queries, I'd be happy to help. There's also written tips in the description. If you're interested in more Cuphead guides or found some value in this video, then hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you in the next video.